So we've been moving the pasture around for the sheep, and it's worked out fairly well. Now that it's a little bit drier and the grass isn't growing as fast, we've had to move them just about every single day. And so it is starting to get old. The solution is we're gonna have a permanent pasture that we can put them in. And so when they're not on the rotational grazing, they can be in the pasture. So we can put them in there, you know, if I go to work or whatever, and we don't want to move them for a couple days, we can put them in there. They got plenty to eat. The only other thing that's in there is the pony, and the pony honestly doesn't eat that much, and so there's a lot of pasture that there's plenty of browse and stuff that they can eat on while they're in there. They have a lot more room to roam, and then plus it's got the actual barn connected to it, so they can have a place to go to get out of the weather, which means I don't have to move their shelter around. So during the day or whatever, we can move them out here on this pasture. Especially we just got some rain, so hopefully we can start getting some more clover and grass to start growing and coming back, bouncing back. As you can see, the grass is pretty brown right now and pretty low to the ground, so they don't have a lot. We got to really move them every day, like I said. So permanent fence right now is set up for the pony, which is of course almost twice as tall as the sheep. And so right now the sheep can, if they want, go underneath. And honestly, this has been neglected, and half the time it doesn't even work, and it's not even set up, just because the pony just does not go anywhere. But these sheep, they like to roam, and if one goes through, they all go through, they follow them. And so they're not super hard to keep in, but we definitely got to do a better job than what we have now. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be coming along here with the weed eater, and we're going to knock down this tall grass, and then I'm going to go around and I'm going to set these down about 6 inches lower to the ground. And also, when I set this fence up, I didn't have the right stuff, so I just kind of used what I had. So like on these corner posts, I'm gonna show you guys the proper way to do this, because as you can see, I've got just these regular the wire holders, and they're just like hooked on. And so on the corner post, you don't want to do that, obviously, for obvious reasons, because it can come right out, which it has all the time, but I just put it back up. So I'm gonna actually put the correct type of corner on these corners, and then that way we don't have near as many problems, and I can pull it a whole lot tighter without it coming out of the corner pieces. So we'll fix that, and we'll get it weed eated, and I got to fix the opening, and other than that, it should be ready to go for the sheep. And as you can see, there's a whole bunch of stuff, different variety of stuff that they can eat. Lots of forbs in there, and there is some clover in the other side of the pasture and stuff that they can eat on, so it'd be much better for them, a lot more grazing. Okay, so for these corners, I'll be using this, pretty simple, just an insulator for the corners and the ends. They work pretty well. Since I've already got this up, I'm gonna go ahead and have it strung through already. So just go around this fence post on your corner and sort of adjust it to the height where you want it. And then you're just gonna twist it. So this isn't where I want it yet, it's just kind of loosely put on there. I just want to show you guys, and then I'll fix it. But just got this around your fence post, and then the wire will run around like that, and it'll pull and get tight on the fence post. And it's completely insulated away from the wire and the post. It's not grounded out, and so you can really pull on this, especially if you use good wire on this side. You can really pull on this and get it nice and tight and have a nice tight fence. You can also wrap this around, so if you don't have the fence in there already, you can actually twist this pretty tight, and it won't move up and down as long as you twist it tight on there. So it won't move up and down as much if you do that. In all honesty, way easier to do this before and have these set up so then you can run your fence line through it. But I didn't have them when I put this fence up. There's like many of the things that I do in life, very, very spontaneous and just quick, trying to get it done. And so here I am trying to do it like this, but it's working fine. Just a little bit of adjustment. It'll be fine. It'll be better than it was. Just a little thing from experience. You don't have one of these bags and you're like me. I got a little bit of ADHD, and I try to load up all my tools in my arms, and then I'll go out to a job, and then I won't have the right tool, then I have to go back to the house, and then I'll grab it, and it's just like, you know, an hour job takes 2.5 hours because I'm unprepared, unorganized. But when I got this bag, it has seriously helped me stay organized. So what I do is I put in all of the tools that I use on most jobs. So I've got both sets of screwdrivers, you know, standard Phillips, then I've got a hammer, I've got some various nails and different pliers. So I've got the regular pliers, I got some grips, and then, you know, I've got my needle nose and wire cutters in here. And then I'll just put, like, I got some wood screws in there. I got 16 and 8-penny nails. And then, like, whatever project I'm doing, see, I'm about to go put this wheel on one of my gates, so I've got it stuck in there. So I've got all the stuff that I need for my projects, and then whatever project I'm doing, I can just throw in the extra stuff, the parts or whatever. So like for this job, I've got my insulators in there, and then I'll throw these inside, and then I can put those back where they need to go inside the barn. And it just helps everything flow a lot smoother and stay more organized, and so I don't have such a mess, because this farm is really kind of a mess right now, and trying to keep it organized, and I have so many jobs to do, and so I'm trying to stay a little bit more oriented on, instead of starting 10 projects and having stuff laid all over the place and trying to do a little bit at each time, I'm trying to get to a project and complete it in a timely manner and then move on to the next one. So this bag, honestly, it's simple. This is a more expensive one because it's really heavy duty. It's Carhartt, name brand, and I got the tough thing down there. I paid a little bit more for that just so it would last longer, because, you know, if you buy quality, it lasts a lot longer. This hopefully will last my lifetime, maybe pass to the kids, maybe not. But anyway, you can get cheaper versions of these and stuff, but just having, you know, a little bag. Yeah, I used to throw it in a bucket, but then I would get mixed up with other buckets, and then I need the bucket, and it's just nuts. But I mean, if a bucket works for you, it works for you. But this little bag right here has been definitely worth its weight in gold. So you just slide that on like so, go through here with your piece of wire, and what I'll do, what I found works pretty well, is that you go ahead and twist that on just a couple times, and then you go around your fence post and you twist that. Use your pliers here, make sure it's nice and tight. And this isn't completely tight yet, but when it does tighten, you've got, you know, this wrapped around your post, and your wire's not touching anything, and you can pull this, and you can kind of still slide it to the height that you need, and once it goes tight again, it stays right there on the post thanks to these little notches. And so that works pretty well. All right, well, the sheep are in, so they'll kind of probably tell us where the weak spots are. Otherwise, if they get a few jolts, they'll pretty well stay away from it, hopefully. So just have to see now. And so before I had it up higher with no big deal, kept the pony in, but got to go lower on these, and I think I'm just gonna slide it down lower, and hopefully that'll be enough to keep them out of it. All right, now we wait. So she's the smallest one, most I'm worried about, but I think she just received a zap there, so maybe she will realize it and then stay away from it. She was bottle fed, so she likes to be around us, but it is cute, but for her safety, she's got to stay back here. You know, we don't want her wandering around all day, especially in the road and stuff. So she's got plenty of food to eat, and she needs to be with her own kind.